And so, since you are closer, you can scout instead. Oh geez, okay, actually we're gonna pump a settler now so that we can try and beat Native America to these tiles. And now that I'm looking at it, if I settle like this, I can feed the gold. Or even better, maybe one off like that. Yeah, that's closer to Athens, and it's also a hill city on my border, so that makes it a little bit more desirable. Unless we find something down here, like in the next few turns. Chop. I'm in good shape now, I just need to survive. In one of my other games, I wound up having to fight medieval war, which was not ideal, but you know, we made it work. And by we, I mean myself, since I was playing without recording. So yes. And I guess if the audio on this really goes to hell, I could always just upload the gameplay or something and try and do post-commentary over it. Because I need material to put up on YouTube. You know, this is... we've had these problems too long. We need to do something about it. And once again, by we, I mean I, because it is me who's having the audio issues. And people are telling me, just go back to Windows. Well, Windows had its own problems. For one, I couldn't get quite as good a quality under Windows. And for two... oh wow, he's got gems there too. How do I put this? I actually had fewer options when it comes to Windows on recording with the current rig I have now. For example, I think it's possible, from what I'm reading, with the hardware I have now, to record what happens on my Xbox using Linux, although the setup is a little bit complicated and I wanted to make sure I had the basics, such as actually recording my audio down first before attempting to set up some kind of server or whatnot through my Ethernet, through my LAN, to get that going. But apparently it's possible. You can stream like so. And why else? Why else do I prefer Linux? Oh, Vista was giving me nonsense. Yeah, I don't have Windows 7. If I had Windows 7, viewers, I might do it. I might just go back to Windows. But I don't. That's what it was. Yeah, Vista was giving me grief too, so I didn't like it. I did not like it at all. You know, I like the features on this so much better. I guess I could dual install. It's not like I'm hurting for space that badly. And here, I think I can get away with cottaging this city as well. It's a good city. There's nothing wrong with cottaging a city that's good to be cottaged. So I'll go ahead and do that. And I might want to consider switching into slavery soon as well. Yeah, I realize I don't get the ivory with this city, but ivory is okay to work. It's much better when, here, get another worker out. Ivory is much better, not to work, but to have as a resource. Now this is an interesting situation now, though. How do I get the ivory into my borders, basically? And what I could do, you know, what I'm thinking I will do, maybe settle off the river, although then I'm going to need roads. I don't see a way I can get that without settling off the river. And so, if I did something, well, how am I on food in between? I guess I could, like, sneak a city here, later to tile share the wheat, and use some of these hills. And so, you know, like coming down here, this would be a possibility, but I don't get the corn. This would be a possibility. This would be a possibility, and it's on a hill. The fact that it's on a hill is pretty appealing, actually. And I can fight for an extra sugar. Either of these, well no, this site doesn't let me settle here, this site lets me settle here, but I could always just settle on the sugar. I think I'll take here, because that clears out that jungle. It gives me a hill defense city, and I can work with that. And so now I'm going to need to build roads, unfortunately. I don't like having to do it, although I think the higher priority here is not the roads, but rather the strategic resources. Oh, not strategic, but food. Yes, food. Go ahead and yes. Ooh, Buddhist missionary. That's very useful. Get on people's good graces. I love that Alex declared on me and will allow me to avoid any diplomatic fallout from killing him off. It's just hilarity. Plus, he gave me that easy great general because all that happened in my borders. Ah, what am I doing? Stop it. Okay. Yeah, well, my macro is as impressive in quotations as ever. Ooh. The problem is they're in the jungle right now, but more and more resources. Looking good here. Can I get Alphabet? Oh, it would be mortgaging my entire treasury. But if I could get Alphabet and trade for ironworking and seal off this area down here, that would be beautiful. There's so much land. Okay. You go down there. So we want to improve the corn soon. And again, how am I on tile improvements here? Pretty good, actually, and we are stagnating there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tile share the corn into this city and start working on the gold. Yeah, you're capped at Pop 4. You're probably not going to be able to do very much. I need another worker-settler combo. We want to get lots of workers and settlers in the BCs here. Take advantage of Catherine's capabilities of rexing, as in rapidly expanding. This city is not as good at commerce as Athens in my capital, and it's also a pretty good hammer city. So we're going to chop and then mine this city. And Gilgamesh is, whoa, he's got this diagonal expanding pattern going on. Karakoram. See, I actually didn't get the shaft on the starts here. I got a reasonable start. Well, Gilgamesh's is probably the best because he had horse in his fat cross. Although, if this is Cahokia, although I think this is Cahokia. So I think Sitting Bull and Gilgamesh got the best starts, followed by me. Alex's and mine are pretty similar, but Alex is dead, so he doesn't count anymore. And yeah, I actually do want the trade network. We're gonna bother with that then. And will I stagnate at Pop 4? If I... No, I won't if I work more floodplains. Oh, actually, let's improve this city. For some reason, Alex never got the chance. I wonder why that is. Wonder why that is. Yeah, road here, road there, and we are trade networked, and we get the ivory. Ah, come on. You're killing me, Smalls. Chop. Chop that other. Chop another worker out. We'll have more workers then. And here, I probably want to get this city before I settle up, because otherwise I might not get the opportunity. I guess. And road isn't a priority, but I need to stay on the tile for next turn, so I'll put a turn of road into it. And do I have anything boosting my cap yet? No, but I will soon in the gold. Road. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need the help down here. You know what? I don't want to delay commerce, so we're gonna do this way. Because I'm going to be settling far away from myself and I'm not going to be particularly strong in commerce as a result of doing so. Although I will have gold hooked up soon, and I'll probably be working them, so whatever. Could be worse. Still. Irrigation, and yes, we will have ivory and gold both in the near future. That sounds so nice. I guess I'll like take here as a city. I really can't beat Sitting Bull over there and still get the good jungle stuff, so whatever. Oh geez. Yeah, look at that. My science plummeted on me here now. Or my income. I'm actually running a deficit. How unpleasant. I'm I'm not Fannie Mae, I'm not Freddie Mac. I seem to have inherited some Greek financial issues. Ooh, zing. Like America's one to talk, though. Ha! Lol. God, everything was so mismanaged. It just hurts to watch, viewers. And, yeah, it's not like I'm not feeling the pain, too. There's plenty of blame to go around, trust me. But because Alex is a douchebag, I'm kind of picking on Greece, when actually, I like Greece. I like their history for the most part. Even Alexander the Great is pretty good reading if you go into history. He did a lot of interesting things. But in Civ, you learn to hate him because he is... I don't want to say it. It would lower my family-friendly rating. There is plenty of reason to hate Greece in Civ. Pericles will culture whore to no tomorrow, or sometimes he'll just not try and let somebody else get huge. Either way, his presence is problematic. He's the most likely AI in the game to go culture by far. And then, if you don't have Pericles, you have someone who's going to declare war on you. What a joy. So yeah, not a big fan of them in-game, fan of them in real life only. Hopefully that's acceptable. Because if it isn't, I'll cry myself to sleep. And that's a promise, not just a threat. Now, since we have a couple sources of happiness, we'll build some infrastructure while growing. Especially because if I can get the city settled, and I guess you can just garrison it, then the border pop here plus a border pop here, and I am creative, will seal this off. I don't think I want to reach down here. I think I want the AI to make themselves border each other down there. And I have a lot of land that can consolidate, so you know, I'll overstep my bounds a bit if I go down there, I feel. Because what am I at already? I mean, we already have 7 cities. We have an 8th on the en route. Actually, do I have a settler out, or do I just, am I building this guy now? No, I don't have a settler out yet, but I will soon. And apparently I have 2 chariots trying to do the same role. You go here. We want you to stop trading with their worst enemies, but I think the income would be desirable. We'll open borders. Here, Sitting Bull. And I'm going to need to build some military again soon. I do have copper. Oh, if only this were a hill city. It's so painful that it isn't. Because this is going to be a pivot point for everyone other than Sitting Bull. I guess I could put up some walls and just stack some axes in it. It's not ideal, but you know, a lot of times you don't get into ideal situations. And since we're on Emperor, I could probably still give the AI some contention. And yeah, now it's time for library spam because I need the technology. Need that boost. Oh, and then I have another city I can settle over here with the cow. It's not gonna work if I take this, but this has this, like I said, has commerce potential. So I'm going to leave it as so. And yeah, this I can actually just fit a city like that. Not critical to do so immediately, but oh no, oh no, 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 no. Where are you going? Interesting. Well, whatever. I'd like to find where that other settler is hiding now. Here. Yeah, so he's actually not that far behind. I'm not sure I want to drop him yet. I think I just want to get him positioned so that he can immediately... Oh, geez. I will eventually pick up fur with this city, but I won't be working it. I almost like something like this, plus something like this better up here. Siberian riches! No, that's another game. But yeah, I think I want to hold off on my other settlements other than this one to block. And actually, yeah, we can road down here like so. As I am hurting for money. Once I get these libraries finished, and that shouldn't be too hard with creative, I'm gonna turn my slider up. And I need to be building some axemen. You are a good candidate. Emphasize hammers, build a barracks, and like axe, spear. And we're just going to ship them right here, because if anyone attacks me, they're probably not going to do it through Sitting Bull. Do they even have open borders with Sitting Bull? Gilgamesh does. Kublai Khan does not.